Hello and welcome to this Hornby magazine video. We have yet another Accurascale exclusive announcement for you, and here it is, right in my hand. You can't see it? Well, there's something I can do about that, because we have a Chaldron wagon just to my left, over my shoulder. Now, I've come to the Beamish Living Museum in the northeast to find out all about these black wagons. To find out more, we're going to have to go back in time. Join me.
My name's Paul Isles, I'm Project Manager with Accurascale Limited, and we're here today at Beamish. So we're here today at Beamish because we've been working with both Beamish and with the North East Railway Association to bring models of the Chaldrons to the ready-to-run market. Not something that's been done before, so we're going to go, hopefully, take it right the way back so people will know us for recent MGR coal wagons, the bogie coal. But we're going back. We're going to go right back to the beginning now and introduce you to a design that went from the mid-18th century and carried on, not changing an awful lot, until the final ones were put out of service at Seaham in the early 1970s. So what you see behind us here with these particular style of Chaldrons, or black wagons as they later became known, is a style of wagon that was in constant use for 100 years. The lads at Accurascale were really excited by the thought of doing these, and you look at them as they are, they look solid. They're smaller than you might expect, but when you model them in OO, they really are very cute. So what we've done 5 basic versions of these. We've got an original sort of 1830s, 1840s Chaldron wagon that would have been used over the Stockton and Darlington Railway. We then move on to a more familiar form, similar to what you see behind me, that uses wooden brake blocks. And then we move on to the later, it says using, based on a design from the 1870s, 1880s, but a later wagon with clasp brakes that was bigger, a little bit sturdier in its body, and was prevalent across the northeast. And when I say prevalent, we're talking thousands. Conservative estimates place about 34 to 35,000 of these wagons on the system at the turn of the 19th to 20th century.
I'm Paul Jarman, I'm Assistant Director, Transport Industry and Design at Beamish Museum, and we've been able to assist Paul with the development of the Chaldron wagon models, largely because we've surveyed them fairly extensively over the last few years and have generated usefully out of that quite a lot of drawings. They're quite an icon of the Northeast. Not only did they develop here from the very earliest design of Chaldron wagon, but they lasted for a very long time because the ports were set up to handle them, and really they are the sort of predecessor of the MGR wagon really, and places like Seaham Harbour where these operated had set up with coal drops that just fitted this sort of wagon, so they did endure as a design.
I'm David Williamson. I represent the North Eastern Railway Association, and the association was approached about 10 months ago by Paul of Accurascale for information on the Chaldron wagons. The name Chaldron comes from a unit of measure, the Newcastle Chaldron being 5,300 weights. It was basically a customs unit of measure. Tax would be levied on shipment of coal on that basis. So the Chaldron would hold 5300 rates as built. There were many variations on the Chaldron theme, some without bottom doors, some with a side door, some with an end door. There were 3/4 size Chaldrons. There were Chaldrons without the wooden planking, but they had wrought iron plates instead within a wooden frame. And so the Stockton and Darlington had various types, and the other early railways, like the Blythe and Tyne, the constituents to the North Eastern Railway, like the Newcastle and Berwick, also had sizable fleets of Chaldrons, and up to the point where the North Eastern alone also had a fleet of about 20,000.
We've gone for as much separate detail as we can on the model. So you'll notice separately fitted metal handrails, you'll notice etched handbrake handles, there are fine link chains, there are separate metal hooking points for what was effectively if they were used with shunting with horses. We've got 3 different styles of wheels. We've got the makers' names embossed into the wheel hubs, as with the real thing. We've tried to account for as many differences as we can with these. Now, even that is a selective procedure, because, as you can imagine, out of the tens of thousands of these that were built, there was no one standard pattern. So we've opted for 3 more common body styles for the later wagons that you see. Like I say, giving us 5 separate body stylings, and then there's odd variations thereof. But it's a big change from our more typical diesel modeler. So we're looking to go back. We're aiming this at the almost pre-grouping. Equally, I say these were in use in Seaham in the 70s. They were common on collieries in the 50s and 60s. Going back into war years, these were being used. So anybody with a hankering to build a colliery layout would be looking to purchase these, which is why, again, we're offering them in the triple packs that we're going to do, so make an easy rate building. But outside of the normal rail enthusiast, modelling enthusiast, we're hoping that we bring a whole new era of people into this as well, because again, there's that cuteness factor, and hopes for these are that people will buy these specifically with the idea of building shunting planks or adding them to a small industrial colliery type layout. There's going to be an awful lot of kit locomotives. So kit builders have now got a ready-to-run wagon that they'll be able to use with those one-off Northeastern Midland Railway type specials. But there are also ready-to-run. So any small ready-to-run 040 could quite legitimately be used. Yeah, or even 060. Seaham used Peckett B2s, and we've got photos of the Chaldrons running behind those during clear-up operations. So any industrial 040, 060 will be ideal accompaniment. So we've got a range of packs. We're doing 10 in the first run, so 10 different packs. Some are the same style of wagon. Some are mixed, but they're all done by colliery. So going back, we've got like the Pontop and Jarrow Railway, Hetton Colliery, Stella Coal Company. So we're theming them more by colliery than by wagon style. So yeah, if you want to buy the same 3-pack of the same wagon, we're doing that. Equally, we are mixing and matching in the packs. So it's going to be really easy, once again, to build up a complete mixed rake of these. And these would have run in rakes of 40, 50 wagons, no problem at all. We'll be doing resin coal load to them the same way as we've done with our other wagons, but these weigh in at 9 grams, so yeah, they do run well. The weight is low down, so there's no problem. We've done testing with them. Probably a good point to mention that we've done away with tension lock couplings. You know, a tension lock coupling would overwhelm this model. So what we've done is we've created little magnetic fine scale couplings that will join together, work together, make attaching and detaching them really easy. So again, just trying to push the boundaries a little bit and see where we can go with ready to run wagons. Pricing wise, we've still got to fine tune where we want to sit with these, but they're going to be very, very competitively priced. So they'll be available in 3 packs. And we're hoping to see them on the shelves come next Easter.